It makes me feel a certain way. I don't know. It makes me feel
amazing. I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel powerful.
Like a superhero.
Like I look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, okay, I think I can do this. Just makes me happy.
I want to be an actor.
I want to be a dancer.
But, you know, kind of like reality like sunk in.
I always loved art. I'm used to drawing all the time, do all that stuff.
But I never thought of it as like a possible job, you know what I mean?
For most of my life, I thought that art cannot give you a job, that I'll end up, I don't know, drawing caricatures or on the street. There's a lot of people who just laugh at artists because they think it's not a real job.
Sometimes people have the misconception that, oh, only the extremely talented can do it.
Especially like parents, when their kids say that they want to pursue a creative career, they're usually very against it because they're not known for not securing a job.
But that's not really true. It's the driven. It's the people who have the drive, who keep trying, who learn to think creatively and problem solve things.
Young people growing up now, they realize that art is not just a hobby, that you can make a business out of it. You can work doing art, and it's just not something you can do. I don't know, you're a doctor and you do art after your work. It's not that. I mean, you can, but you know.
In a perfect world, I would do both. I would want to be an animator and a doctor. My dad wasn't really a big fan of it, more because like artists, it's not guaranteed like a career right out of college with your degree. It's like a battlefield pretty much, like especially for me with like my medical condition. He's like, to have a good plan to like cover that, because if you don't, how are you going to even pay that out of pocket?
Your family's like, you got to go to school, get a degree, get money, plan your whole life out. And acting, like hobbies, no, that's for rich people. And it kind of is true in a sense. You don't really have the luxury of being able to rely on acting or singing or whatever arts you want to go into that you wish could sustain you. People have this view that acting it's not a real thing. And so like when you want to do it, you have a hard time looking at yourself and being like, am I doing something that's worth everyone's time and my time? Am I being a disappointment? I don't know.
I feel like, especially in the American education system, it's very focused on academics, and it doesn't really place much importance on creativity. So like, for example,
in high school, we don't have any art classes, none of that. You basically have to teach yourself or go privately to, study art.
There was no like resources for me. I kind of had to figure it out on my own, compared to as when they knew I also wanted to do medicine. They're like, oh, you want to be a doctor? This is what you need to do. These are the certain schools you should apply to. These are the schools you should avoid.
When you start to go down that rabbit hole of what if things were different, you start to create this entirely new reality and start to resent the one that you're actually in. I'm already angry at enough things as it is, and I'm sure if I, consider this question, I'd be like, yeah, the stupid government and everyone else that exists on this planet, and I hate you. But I can't afford to do that because it's just going to slow me down.
So personally, I don't have resentment. Were they bad breaks? Yes, but what are you going to do? You fall down and you get back up. That's all I can say. So as far as this resentment, I don't have any. I wanted and started out as a music major. And at that time, I was in a serious band. And we thought we were on our way to performing, touring, and not necessarily stardom, but that moment, I thought, okay, we're gonna make it, so to speak. But the singer at the time, she quit the band. So that's what ended that. I struggled in the private sector while I was in the electronics technology business, but I never gave up, and then once I got the opportunity with U.S. Customs, I took it, and I haven't looked back since. Would I love to do that and tour with a band? You bet. But the reality of it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I will give up a contract before I quit my job. And I fully recommend for anybody that's aspiring to be a musician, get a job and do it on the side. I mean, once you've gotten to the point where you realize, okay, I'm not going to make it, then at that point, just do it on the side and just keep it as a hobby like I've done, and have fun with it. Because I have a ton of fun when I play. And I mean a ton of fun. That's what gives me my motivation when I see people grooving and moving their head and or dancing.
Taking out all the energy or like the mad energy I have and putting it into the way I'm dancing or acting, which just, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm free-spirited.
Because remember, the music and the art stays with us forever. I mean, that's not going to go away. Whether we're a surgeon, doctor, engineer, officer, teacher, whatever your career path leads you to, music will always be there. And I'm a tribute to that because it's still with me.